in all the writ petitions is for a investigation by CBI.
My lord.
Yes.
Correct?
My lord.
And apart from that, some writ petitions, your case, you want installation of CCTV camera,
Yes.
then resting place,
Yes.
washroom.
Yes. And impleading, my lord, the erstwhile principal and the erstwhile MSVP also a party to the proceeding.
There is somebody mentioned yesterday stating that something needs to be done to the doctors who are on strike because the hospital is not able to function.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, yes.
Item number 5.
Item
That
5.
is item number 5. I mentioned that. This is the
Sir.
thing is going on, and that has to be looked into. Because yesterday 2 patients has been
Problem
died.
is, sir,
Today, what will be happen? We don't.
but then the doctors are not implemented in any capacity.
My lord, I am pointing out that the not doctor, that the state of machineries or any other authorities
No, but then
may
they
be
need to
directed
talk to them.
protect
No?
the patient at least.
See, you should look to the other side also. Of course, it is true that the patients are suffering because the doctors are not are on strike. It is not a phenomena in West Bengal alone. It has spread to the other states.
Yes, yes, all over the India.
So this situation is anomalous situation. But at the same time, you need to also take note of their feeling. If one of their colleagues has been so brutally been dealt with, so their feeling also needs to be appreciated. So for which, if suppose there is some association or something, if they can be implemented, if you give the name, we can suo motu implement them. We can put them on notice. 1 or 2 of them can come here to court. They need not even engage a lawyer. We'll appeal to them. At least for the sake of the patients, something can be done. What is the state doing, Mr. Banerjee?
Look, as far as the investigation is concerned, a thorough, transparent investigation is on. And I use the word transparent because the family is updated constantly by the highest officers of the police force about the progress that is being made.
No, the parents are also before us.
Yes, if your lordship so desires, I shall not, for the purpose investigation, I would not, because your lordship will kindly see that social media is full of incorrect statements. Not the problem of social incorrect, even in one of the writ petitions, not one boy's name has been taken. Social media is flashing the picture of one boy. He is a boy from humble background in the district of Bankura. He is very much present over here. His picture is being flashed that he's missing.
That we can't do anything.
That is only
we can't gag the press. No,
may I only this is not gagging the press. May I say this? We have a helpline. I'm giving the number of that. Anybody has.
Sir, at the end of the day, the parents who are now before court, keep alone Mr. Bakshi's case or whoever is it, the leader of opposition has filed it, and 2 more social activists have filed. But more importantly, we have granted leave for the parents of the victim to file the writ petition. So, what does the Honorable Supreme Court say? To transfer investigation, the court should be satisfied that the investigation is not proceeding in the manner it should proceed, or it doesn't instill confidence on the persons concerned, more particularly the family of the victim. So, state police undoubtedly has been done some investigation. I think picked up 1 person has been arrested till now. Of course, we also read these newspapers. We can't be without. If there is a statement from the highest authority of the state stating that some ultimatum has been granted till Sunday. If nothing happens, the state is willing to transfer it to the central agency. That's the statement we read. Maybe right or wrong. That's up to the state to make a submission. But you will have to cover all these angles.
Everything with deepest respect. May I file a report in the shortest time that your lordship fixes? I will, with the full details of the investigation in a sealed cover before your lordship. For your lordship.
My lord, only one thing, my lord.
I shall keep the detail because when an investigation is such a thing, I cannot let it go public. But for your lordship's perusal, I shall file a detailed report covering every aspect.
My lord, what we are
I
saying.
have not gone through the full investigation myself. We won the midline oil last night. I've gone through the entire thing. I can satisfy you. I'm 100% confident that if your lordship peruses the report, your lordship will see that every aspect has been taken into consideration. Everything has been. Most of the we shall be able to, except for there are some scientific tests which need to be done. Except for that,
No, no.
the shortest period will be able.
As of now, the court is not expressing any opinion on that. Now, today is the first day, all the writ petitions have been filed. You let copies be served on all of them.
Some of them have not been served. The
Parents, we have served.
parents one has not been served.
Just now we have granted.
But I have got the parents' word.
uh,
But it has been sent to for
The
affirmation.
double period is here. You can serve it here and now.
So you please, all of you, please serve it on the ground pleader, probably within 2 hours from now. Then let them take instructions, let the report come in a sealed cover. That is one aspect regarding the investigation and how you are going to proceed. The second aspect is, what is the assurance you will give to the doctors? The doctors are on strike. They are, as I said, that you can't ignore their feelings. The state missionary should enter into a dialogue with them, because it is such a noble profession. The innocent patients shouldn't suffer. It's not that they purposely want to do it, but the incident is so gruesome as portrayed in the press as well as in the writ petitions, is so gruesome. They are justified. They are justified in a way. How do they express their emotion? So what they feel is, if it has happened to X, why will not happen to?
Absolutely, 100%. But I'm not for a moment, because I'm not treating this matter as adversarial.
And they want some CCTV, the place to be illuminated.
That will be done.
These are all basic things.
There is, fortunately, it is not that the area is fully without CCTV. In fact, we have been able to track the entire movement through CCTV. So there were CCTVs, but there should have, if your lordship says, there should be more. But as your lordship knows, the entire campus, it is very difficult to bring every inch of the campus under CCTV.
No. You can bring the entire state under CCTV. We have done peak of COVID. I will tell you what happened in the High Court of Madras. It is also a chartered High Court. Every district court complex, subdivisions, we don't have Sadar. We have courts spread over the district. There are totally 36 districts at that time. All had CCTV. Honorable Justice A.P. Sahi was our Chief Justice. So to monitor that, our in-house software team developed a software to aggregate all CCTV throughout the state. Every day, 2 hours, the Chief Justice will spend in the High Court campus in Chennai, viewing the entire state. So nothing is impossible. You have got an excellent team of IT professionals.
Only one thing, my lord, let's kindly see how the investigation is going on. Yesterday, the principal resigned from his post. Now he has been assigned his in National Medical College. He should be.
What you want me to? What is?
What we have won, my lord.
First of all,
what is his role concerning this?
Because he is the principal of Archikar College.
But then he has been made as a party here.
No, yes.
My lord,
In my writ petition, I have sought that the erstwhile principal as well as the erstwhile MSVP to be made and accused in the criminal proceeding, because they cannot shrug away from the responsibility.
That is 6th and 7th.
Sixth and seventh.
we have. I'm praying leave, my lord, to add that.
So, my lord required. Sir, simply you file applications, you will delay it, sir. You will delay it.
Another.
Just to satisfy the petition, you want to file this application. Already, this Professor Sandeep Kumar Ghosh
Yes.
and Dr. Sanjay Vashisht,
Yes.
both of them are
So,
responding.
my lord, they are
Have
not.
you served? Wait.
Yes.
Have you served them?
My affidavit is also there.
And anybody is.
On behalf of the military principal, but the copy has not been served up.
We'll do it, sir. They will do it in 2 hours.
Principal,
from now.
I have served upon Mr. Shen Gupta already, my lord. In item 2, my lord.
And your writ petition has to be served. After affirmation, you serve it.
My lord,
At the medical council as a party respondent.
Medical council, what is it going to do, sir? Sir, which is your writ petition? Serial number? 5, you give that 5.
The association, as your lordship indicated,
Yes, these doctors need to be heard in the matter. They have to ventilate their grievance. Some forum should be there. The state should endeavor to do that. State should endeavor to do that. Get into a dialogue with the doctors.
Certain, certain, I'm not from.
It should have been done by now.
But that I do not have, whether it has comments or not, I do not know. I'll have to take instructions on, but it's a serious concern. It's not that I brush off at all. It's a serious concern because the hospital should be fine and the doctors there should be made because feel secure.
Your interim prayer is that. Main prayer is not. But is anybody there? Any of the doctors are present here? Nobody is here.
The doctor is supposed to be here at 12.
Who?
Some of the doctors who are going to bring the intern, they might be present before the proceeding. Possibly.
But the forensic expert had interacted yesterday when I had been to the place to express my solidarity. They said the postmortem report indicates this sort of injury could not have happened only by one single individual. There must be multiple action by multiple persons. Postmortem of the person. Therefore, this requires the investigation.
I dispute. Because
They will definitely.
I will, as I said, I will file an exhaustive, detailed report as far as the entire examination is concerned. For your lordship.
But what they say is, prima facie opinion is that this assault could not have been committed by a single person.
That is not correct. Because I am saying, my humble submission is, I have taken specific instruction on that. That when it is a case of multiple, the nature of injuries would be slightly different. I don't want to say all this in open court right now, but in the report, I shall give it. Because if your lordship, I shall file.
All right.
With the deepest of humility, my lord.
Forensic experts, they have categorically made this statement. Let us, a forensic expert engaged in government health service. Who? They are, yes, if he wants to get the name, I'll get the name. Give
No,
the
no,
name.
don't tell the name.
It's not necessary. But prima facie, it is a case where the parents also feel that this couldn't have been done by a person who intended to only commit rape. The others must be involved, and that requires investigation. And this investigation.
All right, the parents are here before court. We have granted leave to.
Yes, I am appealing for that. Like,
Senior.
May I say this? Milord, the injuries, the parents were present with their permission. The postmortem, with their permission, the postmortem was done. They were informed. They made a request. The request was kept. That a lady doctor should be there. That was whatever. But I repeat and reiterate, whatever was the request of the family, that was immediately complied with. In fact, even the inquest and everything, it took us some time because we had to get a judicial officer. So, everything, I shall give it to your lordship sequentially, the entire thing, the report. Why? There is nothing to hide. I am carrying out an extremely transparent investigation, and I shall bring that out. I myself volunteer.
This is not a private dispute. Sir.
Yes.
It's not a private.
I am
Only one thing. I would beg to dispute. I would beg to dispute with the submissions as has been advanced by Mr. Banerjee. Malad, I have annexed a newspaper article in page number. Yes. And the video evidence are also there. I can produce it before the court. The family members were not made allowed after the body was taken away. The family members absolutely had no idea. The body was made to go to the hospital.
The parents are before court.
Yes.
You can't be canvassing a case for them.
No,
it is up
no,
to them to speak.
yes.
Or with your lordship's kind leave, my lord. Insofar as item 2 is concerned, my lord, I am grateful, my lord, that the parents have gathered courage and finally are before, my lord, the Honorable Court of Law, my lord. That will be the lead
That
case.
will be the lead
Yes,
case.
my lord, we kindly appreciate only one aspect, my lord. Insofar as the state is concerned, they are justifying about the investigation which has been undertaken. But, my lord, the state in which the body of the victim was found, my lord, it was bleeding, my lord. Blood was coming out from the eyes, from the mouth, from the genital area, my lord. the my lord, bedding, my lord, that was soaked with blood, and so was she was in a half naked condition. But my lord, this most striking aspect is, my lord, the state registered a UD case, an unnatural death case, that is a case of suicide. So, my lord, this casts a reasonable apprehension about the conduct of the state, my lord. My lord, I am grateful, my lord, to a few young doctors, my lord, who have taken the pain and made this flow chart. This will explain in detail, Mr. Banerjee. This is a flow chart that we'll be relying upon. No, WhatsApp. So, my lord, this is exactly the sequence of events which followed, my lord. And now, my lord, there are statements coming that there is no objection if the case is transferred to the CBI, but that will require time till Sunday. So, my lord, a particular person who is a civic volunteer, there are orders of the Honorable Court, my lord, as well as memos, that civic volunteers cannot even roam in isolation when the police, unless accompanied by police personnel. Despite that, a civic volunteer, my lord, now he has surfaced. It is being stated that it is the case of one man. My lord, there is an inquest report which is doing round in the social media, a part of which has been pleaded, my lord. It requires superhuman capability, my lord, to inflict such type of injury within a period of 30 to 40 minutes, my lord, on the person of the victim, my lord. It is not possible, my lord, for a single person, my lord, to inflict so much of pain and so much of wounds, my lord, on a poor, my lord, helpless victim, my lord, who has lost her life. And, my lord, there are statements, my lord, from the ruling dispensation, my lord, this is not political, this is all on the media, that ideally the civic volunteer should be encountered. There should be an encounter. But there is every apprehension, my lord, that with the passing days, it is basically the valuable evidence which is being, my lord, destroyed. With every passing day, the conduct of the police, my lord, is also suspect, my lord. First of all, my lord, the very act of registration of an unnatural death case is enough to cast apprehension, my lord. I am extremely grateful, my lord, to Mr. Bhattacharya's clients, my lord, that they have gathered courage. They have, my lord, come up before the Honorable Court of Law. They were not, my lord, they were, my lord.
In this flow chart, of course, there is no
My lord.
signature to it anyway.
My lord,
On the middle of it, you'd say,
my lord,
first attempt to cover up by police administration,
Yes.
postmortem.
yes,
Suicide declared by police.
yes,
Victim blaming done by principal.
yes.
Reason given psychosis.
Yes, my lord. That is what, my lord, the students are saying, that these are the sequence of events. This is what transpired. Mr. Bhattacharya will be in a better position to explain, to clarify to the Honorable Court, my lord.
Due to protest, this does not work.
Yes,
Then postmortem and first line of investigation.
yes, my lord.
Rape and murder declared by the Commissioner of Police.
Yes,
After 36 hours,
yes,
one person has been apprehended.
yes, my lord. A particular civic volunteer. And the civic volunteer is making statements immediately that yes, hang me. I do not mind. And there are statements that yes, he should be killed by way of an encounter.
My lord, I have already annexed
second,
one
please.
document,
Please, just
page 12. That from that, my lord, the injury is apparent. Item number 4.
But is it a reason that at the first instance, they said the cause of death was suicide?
That was not said by the police.
You can use the mics. You can use the-
That was not said by the police, because police would not say anything till an investigation happens.
Or the hospital administration.
Somebody may have said, who has said it, we do not know. But I've also heard this part. But who has spread this information? That is, police has not said. I have spoken to every.
This is
Tala
from
police.
the parents. First at 10:35 a.m., a telephone call came. Are you the parents of such and such? Replied, yes. What happened? Your daughter is ill. Come sharp. The father requested, what nature of the illness? Please tell us. Said, no, we can't say anything. Please come sharp. Then subsequently another call 10-15 minutes after, that your daughter has committed suicide. Well, they were preparing to rush to the hospital. Suicide? Who are you? I am one ASC, something like that. But the doctors will tell you better what had happened. And then they rushed to the hospital. They were kept sitting 3 hours far from the dead body. Police asked them, you sit here. And then after 3 hours, the parents were taken to the dead body. And so long they were telling that she has committed suicide. The parents were really surprised that she is a normal person. She went there for duty. How could it happen? Then ultimately they found that the body, when it was little bit uncovered for identification, bears huge injury from their own estimation of a normal person.
So the parents were allowed to see the
Yes.
body of the victim.
After 3 hours. Then all these things police followed, and in the meantime, police had requested them over the telephonic message. This is the request from the top of the executive. Get the matter settled. Don't talk to others on this issue. But we don't will not identify and say X, Y, Z responsible. No. The chief minister herself has said it will be transferred to CBI after 10 days or 7 days. Now, these 7 days is utilized as a hunch.
Yes.
Lord, we have experience, Lord, in case of cheat fund matter, that the special investigation team chairman, who was the commissioner of police, he was utilized to destroy the evidence. When the matter was transferred to CBI by the Supreme Court, CBI made him accused that he have destroyed the evidence. Therefore, we have experience which tells us to tell before the court that this time might be utilized for the purpose of wiping out the evidence. Therefore, CBI should be directed to take up investigation here and now.
Yes.
Monitoring by High Court.
Immediate.
And let them also assist the CBI authorities if they are so sincere.
If it is a fact that the administration initially, somebody called the parent and said it is a case of, first it's a case of sickness, second it's a case of suicide. Then there is a miss somewhere.
May I say this? Has my learned friend's client ever disclosed from which number they have got the calls? I am beseeching my learned friend to kindly give it. We shall.
All right, we'll keep
The
that
state
aside.
police.
No, wait.
I will
No,
get
no,
the
no.
magic call from police.
We have-
No. You have received 2 phone calls that was just submitted. So please give us this phone call numbers.
How could it be?
I
The
can
parents
share.
were in such a situation, they will record the phone number.
No. Phone number in
What
the
are you
phone,
saying?
you will get it.
But in view of registration of Tala police station case and UD case number
One at a
161,
time.
my lord,
Just
I understand, my lord, the phone number will not be relevant because it is on record, my lord, that the police registered a case of suicide. It was an UD case, my lord, unnatural death case which was registered.
May I answer everything one by one?
No, is it a fact, sir?
May I say this? Millard, what happens? When an incident happens, any incident where death has happened, it is immediately a UD case because procedural things have to happen. Now, till such time a complaint is received on the basis of which a case gets started, a UD case is an unnatural death case.
Sir, it is not a case where suppose a convict prisoner is unwell in the correctional home. The hospital or the clinic in the correctional home is not able to treat him. He is shifted to a hospital. There he collapses or he is no more. Then the family says some hanky-panky has happened. Therefore, it's a case of suspicion that is different. But this person is part of the system, sir.
So
And should not the administration show some remorse?
No.
If it is a fact that the parents were kept waiting for 3 hours.
let me, Millard, Millard, this is of Millard, these are statements which
No,
we do
you
not.
be fair to the entire issue, sir. Let us be fair.
Yes,
No, it's a doctor who spent her life working for the.
absolutely, Millard. I'm saying this, but Millard, these incidents, I can only, Millard, make submissions on facts which are pleaded in the petition.
No.
I can come with, Millard, this petition, I have not.
People know the facts, sir. Suppose you don't tell the truth, then what to do? Probably we will have to put them in the box, ask them to.
Millard, that's why I am saying, Millard,
Examination
this submission is made. Give me the shortest time, Millard, I shall come with a report.
If this was true, if this
Millard, if this is true, that is subject to it being
3
true.
hours, The parents have been asked to come.
Yes.
And they were being informed that it is a case of suicide. Then administration has
Milord,
not
Milord,
been with them.
No, no,
Administration has not been.
may I make this submission? Your Lordship, kindly
You can't treat the deceased as if it was a patient or a person who has been brought from a correctional home for treatment. There should be more, little bit sensitivity to these issues.
In a known person, but it is not being blood started. But this is a settled law. But in a unidentified person, then blood only indicates then blood is
may I say, Milord, this is not correct.
how the UDK has been started. This is the first question. But second question is this, Lord, the postmortem we are talking about. And all parents were informed that the girl has committed suicide. If that is so, what steps they have taken to identify who was waiting for? Because this is a greater conspiracy than not saying that.
Absolutely. I agree with my learned friend. Absolutely. So we have to look at these phone numbers to find out who has made this call. I am not for a moment. Again, my lord, I say this. I am not taking this matter as adversarial. I am saying that give us, my lord, may I say this?
Suppose these doctors are made parties, and if suppose somebody comes with an affidavit saying that the principal said it was a case of psychosis, he blamed the victim, then it's a very serious matter.
No, there's a principle. Then, my lord, today I am.
It become oath against oath. Let the former principal file an affidavit. They will file an affidavit.
Fine, I'm not stopping that. I'm not saying that. But my lord, today I am only.
Yeah, by now, a statement should have been recorded from the principal.
Yes.
What did he say? Somebody in the administration, the ward boys, how many?
Everything. There are more than 35 statements recorded. Lord, today, if your lordship gives me an opportunity, I shall give everything before your lordship. Lordship gives me the shortest time, what I'm saying.
Only a very short thing, my lord. At the
I
very
am not
outset,
trying to say everything. 35, more than 35, 40 statements have been recorded.
my lord,
But not
all
of
such
principal.
all such
Principal
vehement
resigned from this institute. In the morning says I'm resigning for the government servants. In the evening, he's appointed principal of another adjacent medical college.
We are here, my lord, on the gruesome incident that has happened and the investigation. My lord would kindly.
And the attending circumstances.
Yes. My lord, that is why.
In the incident, the investigation and the attending circumstances.
So
Suppose if he has stepped down, owing moral responsibility, etc. It is rather surprising that he should be rewarded within less than 12 hours.
I will take and come back to your lordship with
But
my lord,
especially
only one
I'm
thing, my lord,
saying.
that
But because this is
especially
not
with
a case, my lord, may I say this, my lord? Today, my lord, when these statements are made, I have to take instruction on various things.
you please take.
I have to take one and I'll come back.
All right. In the meantime, because the parents are before court, there is an apprehension that if time lost, there is chances of something getting derailed. How do you ensure that that doesn't happen?
I am coming to your lordship within 24 hours.
24
Tomorrow morning, your
hours.
lordship, I shall come with
only
the
one thing.
24
All
hours,
such-
everything.
all
will
such-
be- my lord, whatever time I take, I'll have it prepared. Tomorrow morning, that is the earliest I can come. I am trying to, my lord, expedite matters as fast as possible. Your lordship gives me 24 hours. I don't think I'm being very unreasonable.
Yes.
My lord,
But all
tomorrow
such
morning, I
vehement
shall give
objections are
an
coming.
exhaustive report, which will also deal with the submissions made from the bar, which were not in the petitions, because there are a lot of things which are not. My lord, petitions have been
But
served.
may I only just point out
There are
one
many
thing? All these
petitions
vehement
have been served.
objections are coming from the part of the state. It was at the very outset that had come from the highest authority of the state that it should be immediately transferred to the CBI. Now she comes up with a statement saying that after 7 days. So, my lord, this is absolutely suspicious. Within this 7 days, evidence would be wiped out. My lord, I have annexed a newspaper article within this, which says, page number 21 of my application, no objection to CBI probe, says the highest authority of the state on the very next day. Now, my lord, she comes up with a statement after 7 days. So this 7 days is very crucial for wiping out the evidence. That is where at the very outset, my lord, we think, my lord, that there should have been an interim order. The state would not have objected to the same, that the court is granting CBI. State should not have objected since the statement is coming from the highest authority of the state. Now the state is coming with a very different stand. My lord, kindly sees this creates a cloud of suspicion over the entire state of affairs. My lord would kindly appreciate this.
My lord, in
I,
My lord, may
Last-
I beseech your lordship to kindly,
Mr. Banerjee, just give me
tomorrow
1 minute.
morning, your lordship sees
My
it.
lord, on the
If every allegation that is made today, I can't tell you if it's fresh allegations made tomorrow from the bar, but as of now, whatever allegations have been made, I shall deal with everything in a report by tomorrow morning, 10:30 before your lordship.
My lord, I have twofold objection. First objection is that the case diary is the heart of the investigation. These reports are of no consequence. Let them produce the case diary before your lordship at 2 o'clock today. And the last matter, which was transferred to the CBI in 2022, with regard to the rape and murder of a victim, where her body was burned before it was sent for postmortem, was argued by me. My lord, in the morning I took leave, 2 o'clock it was kept, and my lord, at 8 o'clock the investigation was transferred to CBI.
It's an annexure.
Yes, it has been annexed by my learned
Part
friend.
of an annexure in our petition.
Because I had argued that matter. My lord, I had brought about the scientific evidence which is there. And I'd be rest assured, my lord, 10 years from now, because I have argued Kamduni, in which the acquittals took place. This case will go just the Kamduni way. The accused will be acquitted. And I will show it to your lordship how he will be acquitted. Because this very commissioner of police was the inspector general of the CID when Kamduni murder took place. It is due to his blotching up of the entire case that today Kamduni has failed. I was a defense counsel. I defended them. But today when I appear for the victim, this person has now been rewarded by being made a CP. This person should be put on compulsory waiting. He is the person who is responsible for the Kamduni rape and murder because he was the head of the investigation. He blotched it up completely. And the same thing he has done. What he has done, he has, on the victim's body, he bought a scratch mark. In the Kamduni case, same thing happened. They bought a scratch mark on the victim. We argued, and this honorable court acquitted that person with a scratch mark. Same thing. Same modus operandi by this Vineet Goel. He needs to go.
He directs production, my lord, at 2
2
o'clock.
o'clock. Let it come at 2 o'clock. Hear it and transfer it.
Let it be at 2 o'clock.
And let him produce the case diary.
Anybody from the police is there to instruct you?
Yes, there.
The case diary is with them.
No, case diary, I can bring them. That's not issue. But my lord, if your lordship want the report,
Why do we need a report?
what report?
Case diary is the heart of an investigation. If the case diary is a case diary.
Report, my lord, may I submit, my lord, the report is
I will show from the case diary what they have been up
submissions
to.
which are being made, which is beyond the case diary. For that, we need to file a report. We'll keep that.
Let us absolutely no.
May I?
Bring the case diary at 2 o'clock.
this way it cannot happen.
But I am saying, my lord, there are submissions which have been made with regard to the 3 hour, my lord, those things may not be in the case diary. For that, your lordship will call for a report.
I
That
shall
is
get
correct, but then
And we can get them.
No, tomorrow morning, my lord, I am coming back 1 hour.
no.
It's the crime scene. Ultimately, it's the crime scene.
Your lordship tells me when your lordship will. I am saying,
Within half an hour,
I am
let it be
saying-
at 12 o'clock.
Lord, I shall come with a
This is the sheet
detailed
actually,
report, my lord. I said that the earliest, my lord, was tomorrow at 10:30. I shall come
But
because
why do you register a case of unnatural death?
I shall give it to your lordship. Why? The details I should give it.
The case
Full.
that is handed over to the court, no, that too. And that will.
And
at
this
least
is
give us
not
some
the
protection.
way the victim should have been dealt with, especially when the victim was a
Lord, I
doctor
shall-
in the very same
Lord, may I take instructions?
And
come
does
back?
the principal require,
Absolutely, Lord.
advice on all these things?
Lord,
How
I
to handle medical legal cases?
This is the same
may I
principal
say,
who during COVID-19 was held responsible for ventilators there was a huge scam with regard to ventilators, and this person is the sole accused. Nothing was done. He was transferred within 48 hours, he was brought back. He was transferred to Murshidabad. Within 1 month, he was brought back. Last year in 2023, there was a massive ragging scandal in Maniktala RG Kaur hostel. Everything was hushed up. He is so powerful, nobody can touch him. And this is all on record. 2023, any student who opposes this man is ragged in the hostel. And it is on record, but they will do nothing.
May I say one thing? Head of the CBI called me this morning. Subject to your lordship's approval, they are ready and willing to take up the investigation. Immediately.
Because this is 3 things.
But if he has stepped down voluntarily saying that some moral All these writ petitions have been filed as public interest litigation, wherein the common prayer is to direct the respondent state police authorities to immediately hand over all documents and evidences pertaining to the criminal proceedings initiated by them to the Central Bureau of Investigation or any other independent investigating agency. Thereafter, we have set out the other prayers in the other writ petitions. The matter concerns a shocking incident which took place on August 9, 2024 at RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital, wherein a postgraduate trainee doctor who was on duty was found dead inside the hospital premises, allegedly in half-naked condition. Then the petitioner alleged that there were injuries over the body of the victim, including the private parts, and the family members and other persons firmly believe that the death occurred due to rape and murder and was committed by several offenders. The writ petitioners would also state that the Honorable Chief Minister of State of West Bengal on August 10, 2024 had issued a statement stating that the State of West Bengal has no objection if the investigation of the alleged incident is transferred to CBI. Leave was granted to the writ petitioners on August 12, 2024 to file the writ petitions, and today we have also granted leave to the parents of the victim to file a writ petition. In the said writ petition, the parents have sought for a direction to conduct independent investigation by a team of independent impartial officers under the supervision of a honorable judge of this court to direct a team of independent investigative officers to take custody of all evidence, including but not limited to the postmortem report, forensic evidence, CCTV footage, electronic communications, written statements to ensure that no evidence is tampered with and suppressed or destroyed. They also sought for etc. That is other prayer. In the batch of cases, we consider it appropriate to treat the writ petition filed by the parents of the victims as the lead case. To consider as to whether the case has to be transferred to an independent central agency, we are guided by various decisions of the Honorable Supreme Court. At this juncture, we note the decision of the Honorable Supreme Court in the case of KV Rajendran versus Superintendent of Police, 2013, 12 SEC, page 480, wherein the Honorable Supreme Court held that the power of transferring such investigations must be in rare and exceptional cases where the court finds it necessary in order to do justice between the parties and to instill confidence in the public mind, or where investigation by the state police lack credibility and it is necessary for having a fair, honest, and complete investigation, and particularly when it is imperative to retain public confidence in the impartial working of the state agencies. We are to test the case on hand on the anvil of the above legal principle. The learned senior standing counsel appearing for the state of West Bengal would contend that the investigation has been done in an appropriate manner and prays for reasonable time to submit a detailed report of investigation done thus far, which can be placed before this court in a sealed cover. It is submitted that statements have been recorded from more than 25% and one person has been arrested and the investigation is proceeding in the proper direction. We have read the averments made by the parents of the victim in their petition, and that incident, etc., was there. Then we have added whatever as the senior government leader has said about the various timing. It is rather disheartening to note that the hospital administration, more particularly then Principal of Professor Sandeep Kumar Ghosh, who has been implemented in his personal capacity in WP number 331 of 2024, was not proactive. Then we have set out his role. It is on record that Professor Sandeep Kumar Ghosh tendered his resignation, and it is not clear as to what orders were passed on such request for resignation. Rather, within the shortest possible time, on August 12, 2024, the said person has been made a principal of National Medical College and Hospital, Kolkata. It is difficult to comprehend that as to why when a person submits his resignation, the concerned authority of the state did not exercise the two options which are available, namely, either to accept the resignation or to refuse to accept the resignation. The appropriate authority of the state government should bear in mind the circumstances which led to the resignation. Therefore, even assuming the resignation was not accepted, the least that can be expected from a responsible higher official of the concerned department is to immediately relieve the principal from his duties and not assign him any other duty of equal responsibility. If this if this course had not been adopted, if he has been assigned another responsibility equivalent to the responsibility held by him, it would tantamount to putting a premium. This is what has exactly happened in the instead case, wherein Professor so-and-so has been made as the principal of another government medical college hospital. It is not clear as to why there was the tearing urgency in doing so. Several submissions were made at the bar with regard to as to how influential is Professor so-and-so. However, these aspects are not gone into at this stage. We have advised the learned advocate appearing for the Professor so-and-so to direct his client to immediately proceed on leave, failing which the court would be compelled to pass necessary orders. On oral instructions, the learned advocate submitted that his client will immediately proceed on leave. If such an application is submitted by Professor so-and-so, the same shall be accepted and he shall be granted extraordinary leave and not permitted to hold the post of principal of the National Medical College and Hospital, Kolkata, until further directions. The parents of the victim apprehend that if the state police is permitted to continue the investigation, in all probabilities the investigation will be derailed and the culprits will not be brought to books, and therefore they pray that the case on hand is unlike other cases and involves extraordinary urgency for this court to intervene so that the investigation is transferred to an independent agency. We had directed the learned senior standing counsel for the state to produce the case diary and the matters were passed over. The case diary was produced and we have perused the same. One more aspect which is also quite disturbing is that the case of unnatural death has been registered with the Tala police station in case number so-and-so. It is submitted that, that under normal circumstances, a case of unnatural death is registered when there is no complaint. When the deceased was a victim, when the deceased victim was a doctor working in the hospital, it is rather surprising as to why the principal or the hospital administration did not lodge a formal complaint. This, in our view, was a serious lapse, giving room for suspicion. On and after August 9, 2024, prima facie there has been no significant progress, as till date the police have not arrested any other person who may be allegedly involved in the commission of the offence. The place of where the crime has been committed assumes extraordinary importance, namely, it is in a government hospital. The victim was a doctor working in the same hospital. Considering these factors, we would be well justified in making an observation that the administration was not with the victim or with the family of the victim. We have asked the learned senior standing counsel as to whether statement has been recorded from the principal, superintendent, assistant superintendent. The reply was that till date, no statement has been recorded. Today, already recorded. Till the reply was till we heard the matter.
Yes, till the matter was before the court.
Sir, after third.
Court observation सुनेंगे. Observation तो सुने तब.
As pointed out earlier, though the principal resigned, he has been within a couple of hours transferred and posted to another medical college and hospital under the control of the state government. Under normal circumstances, the court could have directed a report to be filed and considered the report and also might have granted leave to file exception to report, etc. However, the case on hand is a peculiar case and the facts and circumstances warrant appropriate orders without further loss of time. We are convinced to say so because even after the lapse of 5 days, there appears to be no significant progress in the investigation, which ought to have happened by now, and by further loss of time, we would be well justified in accepting the plea of the writ petitioners, now particularly the parents of the victim, that there is every possibility that the evidence will be destroyed and the witnesses will be influenced, etc. Therefore, we deem it appropriate to transfer the investigation to the Central Bureau of Investigation. As pointed out by the Honorable Supreme Court, one of the circumstances which the court should take in while transferring the investigation from the state investigating agency to any other independent investigating agency is to do justice between the parties and to instill confidence in the public mind. Apart from that, when it is necessary for having a fair, honest, and complete investigation, and particularly when it is imperative to retain public confidence in the impartial working of the state agency. The circumstances which I have set out above clearly show that the public have agitated on the very same day, that too in large numbers, and it is admitted that by the state that rapid action force had to be brought in. The doctors/students in their memorandum had stated that the rapid action force had assaulted several innocent people and they demand action to be taken against the force. Therefore, it became imperative and necessary for this court to exercise its jurisdiction, failing which the confidence in the public mind would be shattered and the public confidence will be also jeopardized. As at this juncture, we take judicial notice of the fact that the agitation which initially commenced in the RG Medical College and Hospital has spread over to the other institutions in the state of West Bengal. Apart from that, agitations have spread out to other states in the country, which have been widely reported in the newspapers. These are all relevant factors which have to be borne in mind. For the above reasons, the learned gown pleader is directed to hand over the case diary to the officer of CBI who will be present in court, and an acknowledgement shall be given by the said officer to the officer of state police forthwith. The other records, CCTV footages, statements, if any, and all materials and matters concerning the case shall be handed over to CBI by 10 a.m. tomorrow. The CCTV footages which are stated to have been preserved shall also be handed over as such. Apart from that, any other information which is relevant to the case, as may be called for by CBI, shall be provided by the state police or the special investigation team. With regard to the other prayers which have been sought for in the writ petition, we direct the concerned authority of the state government to file its report. The superintendent of the hospital shall also file a report as regards the infrastructure and other facilities which are available in the hospital. The doctors, medical students who have found themselves as a joint forum are also permitted to file their suggestion. After the reports and suggestions are put on record, the court will examine as to what appropriate directions have to be issued. List the matter after 3 weeks.
One direction,
Madam,
the safety and security of the victim's family.
But let it be a court monitored.
Madam, we also want it to be a court monitor.
No. Matter is pending. It will come up after 3 weeks.
Calls for a report.
When it comes, we'll do it. It has to be done right and now.
But
Your officer is here who carried this file. He will receive the file now from the court and he will give an acknowledgement to whichever officer you want address to.
let you end.
We will do it.
One direction will seeking protection of the victim family. Kindly will pass this on.
If there is a correct perception, you give a larger complaint.
Very well.
My lord, kindly give a direction to the state authority, talk with the agitated doctor who are
They will
there.
talk.
My lord, they
No,
will
that
talk
we
and
have-
settle the.
No, that we have told the senior advocate. The state authorities will talk to the
My
doctors.
lord, kindly add a line in the. My lord, kindly indicate at the one line in the order.
Please.
Then can we make that follow?
Why gown pleader? You can hand over. You are the representative. What protocol? It is a court order. You are covered by the court order.
The scale is not here.
বস বাইরে চলে এসছে
সিবিআই আছে তো?
সিবিআই কে ধরে আনলো? আমি তো আমি তো
We have said respondent police. All right. The CBI shall file
Yes.
the periodical reports before this court as to the
Extremely
progress of investigation.
Extremely great.
And the first report shall be filed on the next date of hearing. Para. Which is your writ petition
My lord, item number 5.
in
335.
in a sealed cover. Report in a
WP.
sealed cover. In WP number zones 335, 335 of 2024, the the joint forum, the joint forum consisting of doctors and medical students has been implemented as a party. Let notice be served on the newly added party once again. We are truly appreciative of the feelings vented out by the doctors and the students and in particular those at RG Kar Medical College and Hospital. However, we wish to observe that there is a pious obligation on the part of the doctors to treat their patients, more particularly the patients who come to the government medical college, government hospital, who are not from the affluent strata of society. Therefore, we would appeal to the learned members of the medical profession to discuss with the senior officials of the state government and consider calling off their agitation so that the public who come to the hospital for treatment are not put to prejudice.
Because my submission that already efforts are on the part of
The learned senior standing council submitted that already the officials of the state government are taking necessary efforts in this direction. That's all.
And my lord, since my lord has transferred it to the CBI, in the event, my lord, there is any apprehension on behalf of the victims, the father and mother of the victims now, they always will have the option, my lord, the CBI
They are
to
here, you are here, sir.
implement the witness protection scheme, my lord, that is there.
That I have prayed for.
You give it, and that officer should, you give an acknowledgement, sir, to whoever is the officer.
এটাই বলছি।
Yes. Let it have the touch of the government freedom.
বলেছি দরকার হলে বলছি আমরা আজকে
That is all.
I know that particular
No, that's nothing on record. That may be they have submitted.
that was the.
আরে ছেড়ে দাও ফুল কোটটা হয়ে যায় সবার দিন সাইড দিতে পেরে গেছে
And this order.
ফুল কোট রেফারেন্সটা গেলে
you have to give it to- What is this?
হয়ে গেছে এখন চলো তারপর দেখা যাবে এদুল জি আর বিলদা ঠিক করে
PG and KS. Hello, you give this, and that part alone, you please type it.
আরে তোমার এই সাবজেক্ট
Probably within 2 hours, we will upload the order.
Extremely grateful to your lordship, my lord, for the patient hearing and for bearing with us.
All right, let us see if something possible works. Sir, you please take it up on priority basis. CBI should take it up on priority basis.
Ready with the charge sheet. We would have completed charge sheet with that.
Sure. Suppose there are some dearth of officers, they can be asked from neighboring state to come for this particular case alone. Yes.
Extremely grateful to you.